Hi, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Pisces, this is a little bit of a bonus read because I did the readings for July, the month of July, and through the July readings, a lot of connections came through, or like the promise of a lot of connections, soulmates meeting, friendships been made, and etc. So it just felt like maybe this time around I should just do a love reading. And I know you've been waiting a long time for your love reading, in terms of if you compare it to the other signs, and I do apologize for that. Long story short, your reading is here today. So we're going to look into love, and it can show up in various ways. I am gonna focus on romantic love, but love can show up in so many different forms than just the romantic kind. So whatever comes through, I'm going to allow to come through. I also want to apologize for the quality of this reading. I know that it's not the best thing. Like if you know anything about lighting and camera and all of that, the lighting in the back there is not good if you don't have like a counter technical stuff aside. It's very low resolution to this video, and it allows for the computer to be able to record. If I have a higher resolution, it starts to lag and it starts to make up all these different things. So when I have figured out what's going on with my computer, you can go back to your normal, better quality. Sometimes when my energy gets too like loud or too much for the technical in the computer, that also lags. It has nothing, like I can't blame the computer. It's actually just me not fitting the frequency. Okay, what's going on for Pisces, please? This can be if you're single, if you're just coming out of a relationship, if you're in a committed relationship, if you're actually single and not looking for love. Whatever wants to come through is going to come through. Okay, I'm actually not going to take those because they were not super clear, but I want to show them to you. Win or lose is talking a little bit about not, because you're feeling vulnerable, don't let your ego sort of come in the way of what can be, if that makes sense. This is about really taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, and success and growth. There's a lot of personal growth here, I feel. Pisces, there's something, and if you hear my little boy in the background, he's just going to be our amusement today. Yeah, success on the personal, there might be like something going on in the, like underneath right now. It might not be so obvious that there's a lot of personal growth. It can actually show up as like feeling quite tired or even fatigue, feeling like you don't have anything like left over to anything else. That's actually, you're going to be the only video that I tell this to, because I'm actually writing a lot of stuff lately that is coming through about these changes going on in the ethers right now for the planet, for the collective, for our as individuals. If you're a member of Buy Me a Coffee, the donation site Buy Me a Coffee, that's where I post all of these things. So if you're interested in that, please head over there. It actually costs you literally nothing. And if you want to donate a cup of coffee just to sort of become a supporter, then that's very welcome. But other than that, like all the stuff that I post there is completely free and up to you if you even want to donate anything. But you have to head over there actually to get what I'm posting. So I am going to post about the changes happening right now, the Lionsgate portal, so that might also be due to what you're feeling at this very time, depending on when you find this video. Obviously, it's a timeless video. So if you find this in a year, this might not resonate with what I'm saying right now. So take whatever resonates here. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the ethers. That's why you might feel like a heaviness or a tiredness around your being. But it can also be that there's so much personal growth. Like you're doing so much work on the inner plane that's actually not like fully showing on the outside, that you become really tired. So that is maybe what's going on for you as well. In terms of love, what do we have for Pisces, please? Personal growth can really, like, expansion of the energy field. Yeah. Third eye chakra. There's so much going on for you, both spiritually and personally. that I feel is like literally stretching this is supposed to be a love reading now. I understand that like the universe doesn't care, or your spirit guides don't care. Like, well, I know you said it was going to be a love reading, but we need to bring to Pisces whatever is going on right now in the very moment. And so I just sort of have to trust the message coming out here. So with this said, there could like be a real opening, a true opening of your third eye, your pineal gland, however you want to pronounce that. This is the stretching of the energy, the auric field, the energy body, the like psychic phenomena coming online, starting to really like heighten your intuition. A lot of these things happening for you right now. And it might even be that you don't have time for love, or that you don't even like, there's so much happening for you that it's not even, if you're even in a committed relationship, you might feel like you're doing your thing at this moment and your person is doing their thing at this moment. Nothing's wrong. It's just that it's just so much going on within your own physical body. There's just not room to sort of involve yourself or include someone else within this energy. So let's just see what comes out here. Transformation. I mean, this is almost like a psychic reading, like in terms of where you're going psychically. We have release 13 as transformation, divine feminine. We're going to go deeper into these. Another number 3, share the love. What else for Pisces, please? Just know that my little boy is safe and sound in the other room. He's actually on not a Zoom call, but like on a FaceTime call with his cousin that lives in Spain. And they're, so they're coming together on FaceTime, and so that they can see each other and talk about like privileged. He's 6 years old and he has 2 phones right now. One phone with his own games on, and then my phone where he's calling his cousin in Spain. And they're just having a blast in there. Okay, control. And this is something a little bit, so maybe this is like why there's a little bit of fatigue going on, Pisces, because this is a little bit of resistance in your third eye there, around your third eye. Okay. And yeah, let's see here. Again, I do apologize if it doesn't feel like, where's my love reading? Clarify this, please, for Pisces. Change your perspective. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man and Eight of Michael. So this is interesting. It's a feeling of being trapped, or like both the Hanged Man, they're basically saying the same thing, Eight of Michael, and the perspective card, which is the Hanged Man here. They're both speaking about maybe feeling like a little bit stuck, or like put in the corner where, like, no one puts baby in the corner, where not much happens. It may even be like a self-inflicted, because Eight of Michael is like, look at that. It says you can be free, make a courageous choice to change your situation. Not seeing things clearly. Not seeing things clearly. Okay, so we actually have a little bit of love coming through there. Like far-fetched, I really try to reach it. So it's not the first storyline that wants to come through, for sure. This is more about what's going on for Pisces at this very moment in your like personal growth, and mainly your spiritual growth, and how much this is actually affecting romantic partnerships, in the sense of that there's no room, like there's no room for the other right now. Whether you're single, there's no room for new encounters. If you're in a committed relationship, there's no actual time for each other at this time. Again, nothing's wrong. It's just that there's so much focus on your spiritual growth or your personal growth, which is your spiritual growth, and vice versa, that it doesn't leave much for socializing or having that extra energy to like go out on dates. Or again, if you're in a committed relationship, maybe you're like you really want to be with your partner, you want to be with your spouse, and you want to come up with fun things to do, and then you just end up sort of laying on the couch and watching television because like that's all you have energy for. And I wouldn't push that. I just feel like you're at your limit right now where you can go out and have fun, but that's like in already, how do I say this? Like if you're meeting your mother, if you're meeting a dear friend, you know their energy is set up, right? You know what they're about. You know, we maybe should not be so know about all the people all the time, but like you know who they are, they know who you are. So there's nothing, you can show up in your pajamas, right? You wouldn't care too much. There's no extra effort. You can just relax and be completely yourself. You should be completely yourself if you meet a new person, but you know what I mean. If you go on a first date with someone, if you're putting yourself out there to meet someone, you want to show up at your very best, right? You don't want to show up in your pajamas. I think no one would show up in their pajamas going on a first date, right? We want to put in the extra effort. And it's just that it's almost like a feeling of, yeah, sure, you can go out and have fun with friends. I'm not saying you're going to become a hermit. You might actually want to spend some time with certain people, but engaging in that new acquaintances or like new auric fields to blend yourself with another person's new auric field right now is just too much. There's so much transformation and so much releasing of the old version of you. This feels very familiar. Did we have something like this last time too for the month of July? There's so much that you're releasing right now, so much about your old behavior, old person, old version of yourself that you're like shedding. You're shedding that skin, you're transforming that skin. And so there's a big awakening happening for you. And I feel like love is put on the back burner a little bit, whether you're single and looking or even in a committed relationship. I feel the love situation that's coming through. There's a feeling of not being, so here's the change. Here's what you could change actually. Because we have the perspective in Eight of Michael, right? And so if we look closely here, there's a person coming out of the gates. Like you're the one opening the gates. And if you look at this, if we can show that, please. Me. There you go. She has a foot in a rope there. She has shackles. Sorry for the shaking. She has shackles behind her. And she's just opening the gate. And this is whether you're a woman or a man. It's a situation where I feel like you have felt more, okay, that you can't do this personal growth or this spiritual growth with someone. It's like you have not actually much confidence, or that you don't trust too much that there actually is another person out there that could go with you on this very spiritual journey. Does that make sense? Like ask this to yourself, like be honest with yourself. Are you a little bit restricted in thinking someone else couldn't really get what you're about when it comes to your spiritual growth? And actually if you shift, it has to do with like the perspective here with the Hanged Man. If you shift your perspective on this a little bit, like, okay, what if there is actually a person out there for me that understands this spiritual growth? They understand your spiritual path, that you actually could go this journey. You don't have to go this journey alone. Like you could actually meet up with someone that literally understands what you're going through because they're going through the same thing. And so there's something about, like, we have release here, but I feel like this is like releasing the old version of yourself to a large degree. It's not so much releasing the thoughts around how you view relationships, because I don't think that it's that heavy either. It's almost like you just get a reminder that, yeah, I don't have to rule out a relationship because I'm on this very on your own personal path, you can actually invite another being and maybe even feel uplifted by them because they're sharing your journey. And you might even like just having those thoughts like, yeah, I can do that. I don't feel like this is such a lot, like I cannot invite another person until this path is done, or like you're locked down in those beliefs. I don't feel that. I just feel like maybe a little reminder to change your thoughts around it, and that you are more free to create whatever relationship, to create whatever future that you wish. You are in charge here. You're opening the gates, you're closing the gates. I think you feel that you're more closed in or stagnant or stuck in a situation than you actually are. And I have to say, this is a really strong storyline, but it's mostly for maybe just 1% of you Pisces. This might be a situation, okay, and it might not even be around love relationships. It might even be like around a family member or a friendship, that there's a situation where you're in a relationship of some sort where it's just not working, and you're doing the very, like you feel stuck in, excuse me. It feels like you feel that you can't get rid of this relationship. Like you can't, like if this is your child, how do you tell your child to not come around anymore? If this is your parent, how do you say you don't want to see them anymore? If this is your, if this is an existing romantic partner, how do you break up with them? If this is a friendship after all this time, how do you say that you don't want to spend time with them anymore because there's just too much heaviness going on? Like there's something of a guilt trip going on where you just don't find the, I don't feel that you find the thought to step away from the relationship. Like you're struggling with that. Ask spirit. Like literally just ask spirit for help. How can I, in the most loving and easy and uplifting, even uplifting way, separate from this relationship? Please help me find a way out. Rather than, how am I going to do this? But there's no way out. What do I tell them? Do I even want to? Like, ask for help, ask for guidance. Then we have share the love here, which is all about, like, I feel like there's something that has happened for you, Pisces. I'm not saying that you've been an egotistical, like Pisces. Pisces is such a loving energy. It runs deep. You're emotional. Like you're the spokesperson for emotions, right? You're the psyche. You're ahead of the game with all the other signs when it comes to, I wasn't going to say mental clarity. I probably would assign that to Virgo, but like, yeah, even in the mental game, but for sure in the mediumship, like your psychic gifts, like it runs so deep. You're super, super intuitive. So even if you don't necessarily have to have the tools to be an empath. Maybe you have been working on feeling more empathetic, like to feel more compassionate towards others, to be more, and that has to do with whether, like whatever trauma has been going on with you, how open or closed is your emotional body, your emotional system, right? So there's something about, you've done such a good job here. There's so much personal growth and there's so much transformation happening. And there's a deeper understanding. I just feel like you come to this place where you've started to be more, maybe you just like start to sob for whatever thing you're seeing. You see a child and you start to cry. You see a cute animal and it brings you to tears. So you just get goosebumps all the time. It's like you're starting to feel really connected to your surrounding, becoming a better friend, becoming a more understanding partner, becoming a more like a listening business partner. Like I just feel like there's an opening going on for Pisces, and that's really going to serve you. And there's like a cracking open. I don't necessarily feel a tower situation. I don't feel that there's like a major event that just cracked you open. This is a slow and steady wins the race. I think that you have just, Pisces, you just discovered more and more about yourself, the love towards yourself, or maybe the absence of love, the absence of respect towards yourself, maybe where you've been a little bit used or a little bit like You're allowing yourself to be used in a way that like people can take advantage of you a little bit. Or it's not really true to say that you've been taken advantage of. But there's something about like leaving your power. Like it's like you give your way of power a bit too much. Being the chameleon, like changing your colors to fit in with others, like being the fish in the sea, being the Pisces. And yeah, it's to your detriment a little bit. It's like you've lost yourself. So slow and steady have won the race here, that you've shed more and more and more about yourself, becoming more and more authentic. And now there's like an opening taking place in your heart where it's going to start to shine left and right. Like you're really going to start to come into your own way more. And so if you've been single and you've been searching for love for quite some time, that might even be a thing that you've been holding love away or apart from yourself, because on some level you've known the personal growth and the spiritual growth, the path that you've been on, what that will change, like seeking love from an open heart rather than seeking love from a rather closed, compassionate, empathetic place. Like it's going to be so different. So it's like now that we've broken open, now that you have a more open heart, it's time to share that light with other people. And as you start to share that, as you start to shine through, the attraction is going to be so different. And then we have control. So, and this I feel has a lot to do with feeling the need to control the speed of the opening of your psychic gifts. This has nothing to do with love. It has everything to do with love in one sense, because it blocks everything else out. So the more that you can sort of get out of the way of, it's not self-sabotage. I feel like this is just a way for you to feel safe moving forward, for you to feel like nothing can surprise you and nothing can really like surprise you in not in a good way, but like surprise you to the, like you're getting really scared of something coming in, something new starting to show its face to you. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to see that. Or like your mediumship or your psychic skills are becoming more and more strong. And then it just turns out into, I don't know, it's like a feeling of scared that you're going to see a ghost or something is going to like come in too quickly. And so you want to control the speed of how quickly you open up things. And it actually creates this struggle instead. Because I don't feel that you will allow, like naturally you won't allow things in that you're not ready to see, or ready to understand, or ready to hear, or ready to start to use. Okay? So the inspiration here is to try to get out of your own way so that you start to allow for this transformation to fully come through you, and that you don't resist the change that wants to take place here. And as you're trying to, like, if you let go of that control a little bit, that's also going to allow for other people to start to come into your life, for other connections to be made in a different way, because you're sort of getting out of, do you see that you're standing right in front of the third eye there? And we had the third eye chakra as the first card out. So the less we try to control the speed here, the more smooth the opening or the transformation or the psychic things will come to you. This was a very different reading if I compare it to all the other readings. So now when I think about it, it's not like, well, it took this long to get to your reading. Obviously that, it serves a purpose. You were supposed to hear more about your spiritual growth and like what's going on the spiritual level than any romantic partnership right now. However, bring in those thoughts, and maybe even if you're in a committed relationship, are you sure that your person don't fully understand what you're up to? Include them more. Ask them, do you think this spiritual stuff that I'm doing is weird? Like, ask them. If they bluntly say, yeah, you're super creepy right now, then obviously take that discussion, but like ask them. And if you're single, change your ideas or change your thoughts a little bit around the thinking or the belief that as long as you're on this path, on this very spiritual opening up path, you can't meet someone. That's actually not true. You might even get inspired and uplifted and supported on your spiritual path, meeting someone like-minded right now. Okay? Just be open to that. That's what I have for you, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like the video if you like the video. It really helps me and the channel to grow a lot. So thank you so much, guys.